few items we're going to go. This is by department, and this is all in general fund. There's a couple things that I'll note this year. The next little bit, there's no longer any miscellaneous line items. We're calling it is what it is. There's also no other services line items. If it's a service, we're telling you if it's a contracted service or if it's a lease, that's one away. You'll also see line items in here for dental insurance, longevity, and another big one, you'll see a line item in here for fuel. Fuel is not vehicle maintenance. And that is how the past budgets have accounted for it, was putting it in vehicle maintenance. So that has been split out. There's also some new line items, and as we go through page by page, if you have questions, we'd be glad to address them. So the first one we have is you guys, the governing body. Pretty much the same as last year.
A reduction.
Please note in advance that one Cherokee member gets $50,000 more than the total board.
Well, just as a notation.
Just as a notation.
Well, I like that. They just vote themselves.
Yeah, you're so...
Is a motion in order to...
Let's mess up this budget.
Y'all just stay out of this for a little while.
Let's mess up this budget on first page.
Oh.
Your one notation, and we did approve this earlier for this upcoming year, is the professional services accounting. That is the town audit, and it did increase slightly this year. And if you'll recall it, a couple board meetings ago, we did approve that audit contract based on the slight increase. Your other professional services, we decreased that a little bit. That is just if the town needed to, for instance, if you needed Martin and McGill, or if you wanted to hire someone a couple of years ago to do some property evaluations, you have kind of a little bit of funding and resources to do that within your budget. One thing we also did was travel and training is combined. In previous budgets, there was separate line items for travel and training. I'm not certain why, so we've just commingled them back together. Your travel and training went up $500. Advertising decreased that a little bit. You were at $3,000, and I think this year you barely spent $500 or $600. So to try and do some cost savings, $1,500 there.
What kind of advertising? Excuse me. What kind of advertising would that be?
For example, information please. Anything that has like town information or emergency contact. Also, let's say that you needed to do a vacancy for something, you can take some of that from your existing budget, but you don't use $3,000 was way too much. Is what you guys are using. Dues and subscriptions. That is your league membership, the Chapel Hill School of Government membership, Region A membership. And memberships are expected to stay the same as they are this current year. Your economic development, that is for Whitley's, what is it? Franklin Tubular, I'm so sorry. Franklin Tubular, that is that incentive package. Your nonprofit funding stayed the same. Picking on the Square stayed the same, and your Franklin Area Chamber of Commerce stayed the same. With making a few adjustments, we were able to decrease governing body by $1,800 less than fiscal year 14-15.
That Chamber of Commerce, is that for dues?
No, that is the town's contribution to the fireworks.
How many years was that economic development plan for Franklin Tubular?
You got 2 more years left on it. Any other questions?
That include this year, or
That does include. Other questions?